Hi, Shane here from Gillen Motorhomes down in Avoca, and I'm just going to do another one of my walk around videos of this newly arrived in 2025 Weinsberg Bulli. Now I call it the Bulli for a special reason. It's actually called the 500 MQ, but I'll explain the Bulli thing a little bit later on. Now, for those you people who have watched other videos before, you will have seen something very similar to this. I've had a couple of these before. They're really nice. There's something a little bit different, and for two, maybe three people, they're absolutely lovely. Or, of course, one person on its own, it's even better again. So let me explain what this is. This is a Weinsberg 500 MQ, it's called. It's what I would describe as the closest thing to a TARDIS. Okay, why I really like this is, one, it's a little bit different. It's obviously built on the Volkswagen Transporter. I'm going to walk around here and show you that. So it's the 2-litre one. They're automatic, and they all come with adaptive cruise control. So it's absolutely lovely to drive. Okay, this is a one-owner van. It's got less than 5,000 kilometers on it. Okay, really wasn't used at all. Okay, but it's in absolutely cracking order. Now, let's move back around here. Let's step back a bit. For once, it's actually a lovely day as I'm doing this video. Normally it's raining. So here we are, come around to the right hand side. So what I feel these vans are aimed for are a person on its own, couple. It will actually travel four. This has got the optional third bed, so this is technically a 3-bed, and it's actually very simple to turn it to a 4-bed. Would I go away 4 people, for 3 or 4 weeks in this? No, you'd be very cramped and on top of each other. But it's such a clever design, it's such a clever layout, and because it's Weinsberg, which are part of Knaus, they're a premium German built van. Okay, it's really nice. So let's start at the right hand side. As I said, it's built on the Volkswagen Transporter. So I'm going to go and explain the Bulli thing to you. If you actually have a little look here on the side, instead of saying Transporter, it says Bulli. So Bulli is a German translation, roughly, from a mixture of transporter and bus. So the rationale behind this van is you can use it for more than one thing. Yes, you can use it as a camper, but because it's so small, you can pop down to the shops in this. And you can. I've done it. This van will park in one car parking spot. They're absolutely brilliant. But it does look quite small from the outside, but it won't come across in the camera. But when you're inside, the seats are turned. It's absolutely amazing. It really does feel like a TARDIS. I'm going to start on the right hand side. So a nice big wide hab door. Okay, it does come with a tool electric step. You're not really going to use it, bar you have some sort of problem or anything like that, but it's not really necessary, but I suppose it's nice to be there. This one already has the tool awning built in. Okay, and there's another little extra. I'm going to show you about that tool awning now in a second, but I'll come back to that. It comes with the factory Volkswagen alloy wheels, and amazingly, I hope I have this open now, it has a huge garage. It's got a ridiculous garage. So there you go. I hope you can see this in the light. Comfortably you'll get bikes in there, no problem, and it's double entry, so you can get it in from the other side as well. If you're carrying electric bikes, which can be quite expensive, really nice to have. Now, you probably noticed the extra little thing that comes with this. This came with the van, so we're selling it with the van. This came with the tool privacy room that clips onto that awning. Quite an expensive bit of kit. I would imagine that is north of €1,000. But it came with the van, so we were going to let it go with the van as well. Okay, really nice to have. Again, van doesn't really look like it's been used a whole lot. As I said, with that type of mileage, you wouldn't expect it to be. So we're going to close that, step back here. Now, just coming around to the back, Reversing camera is already built in. That comes from factory with that. And as you can see, I hope you can see it here, you might have just caught a little glimpse. Right up on the top there, there is an automatic satellite system in this as well. And a TV. Ridiculously spec'd. Absolutely ridiculously spec'd. Okay. So look, I'm going to quickly do a full walk around. I parked it a little bit close to the fence, so we'll come back around this way. Hope it comes across in the video. I say this all the time. It's in stunning order. Really it is. As I said, it was a one-owner van. There's less than 5,000 kilometers on it. And there we go. Again, you can see there's the other entrance to the back garage. That's just this little locker here is your utilities, your fresh water, and your hookup and stuff like that. And there it is. So it's in absolutely stunning order. So I'm going to pause here now, and then what we'll do is we'll take it inside and I'll give you a quick rundown inside. Okay, here we are inside. So as I said earlier on, these vans are made by Weinsberg, which are part of Knaus. Okay, now Knaus would be a premium German brand. They're really top of the range. And normally when you have two brands in the one company, like Heimer and Corrado, there's a noticeable difference between the Corrados and the Heimers. And the same with like Pilot and Joa. There's normally a difference. These ones, I don't know why they do them. They're made almost identically to the Knaus. There is, when you buy them new, there is a bit of a price difference, but when you get into them, there's little to no difference in them. This is finished really nicely. I'm going to walk down here and show you the back part. So this is a large double bed. Okay. Again, for people who've seen the other videos, there's a little trick that it has. I'm going to show you it now in a minute. But it's a nice big large double bed. You can get into it via, there's a little fold away step here. So it's just one step, up you go, and you're into the bed. As I said, all these little cushions would have been factory, so they all came with it. But I'll show you, I hope I can show you now. There's some nice little touches Knaus do with these is, if you can see the little control panel on the wall, those buttons are spread all around the van. So if you're lying in bed, you can turn off the lights at the front, you can turn them all on, you can turn them all off. Nice little touches like that. The soft glow LEDs, really, really nice. Now, I'm going to move back here very quickly. Whoa. Yeah. Okay, so you have as you come in the door, you have a nice compressor fridge. Okay, nice big size, particularly for the size of the van, but a nice big freezer unit on it as well. Obviously that's 12 volt, no gas, no mains hookup, just runs off the leisure battery. They're brilliant. Second to that, we have a nice 2-burner Dometic hob and combi sink. Okay, again, plenty of room for what you want to do in a van of this size. You're never going to be cooking a full dinner. It's only for making your bit of breakfast or a sandwich or something like that. Now you could cook in here, but okay, you've loads of storage underneath here, and again, more storage in here. There's a ridiculous amount of storage in this van, and this is what it's like, a TARDIS. It really is. It's outside, it looks tiny. You step inside and it's like, oh my god, how did they fit this in? Now, okay, so that's the bedroom, or the bed I should say, the kitchen, and then this is where the cleverness starts in this van. Okay, so here is your toilet, like that, and there's your sink. Okay, now straight away this sink will move. If I lift this up here and then slide that over a little bit, very hard to do it when you only the one hand. So that now slides out the way, and you've now got full access to the toilet. So there's that. There's your toilet. Sink is now tucked away, and then you've got all your little storage areas for all your toothpaste and mouthwash and stuff like that, all the normal stuff. Now, you might be able to see it just down there. That's actually, it's ridiculous to say it, it's a foldable shower. So I'll pause the video now in a second, but I'll explain it to you. That's the base of the shower, which is under the bed. This wall here slides up and folds away, and then you have a full shower. Now, you lose a section of the bed when you do that. So you can leave it up as a full shower, or you can just use the shower and put it back down again, and then you have a full bed. So I'm going to pause the video here and I'll show you what it's like when that's up. So here we are with your full shower. It's amazing. Such one of the most clever thing I've seen in motorhomes. Really, it's brilliant, because you only use the shower occasionally, and it's such a waste of space. So it's a nice big shower. The door, there is a full shower screen there. Hope you can see it there. The camera wants to behave itself. That moves, folds away. There we go. Really clever space. Okay, now I'll show you what it does on the bed. So now, so you take that cushion out. Okay, you could leave that up if you're on your own and just use that as a large single, no problem. But most people would, fold this away, even if you're on your own, because this is quite intrusive into the bed. But as I said, that folds back down. Such a clever space saving device. I'm going to pause again. I'm going to put it back to the original position. So there we go. Fold it back down. Bed back to normal. Okay, and as I said, shower wall back down in place. It's such a clever idea. It makes the van so much more usable and stuff like that, because you're not giving up all that space to a shower. Now, moving back around to the seating area. Okay, this van has 4 belts. And technically it's a 3-berth, but you could make it into a 4-berth, and I'll explain that now in a minute. These seats at the front turn. Okay, so they're captain's chairs. I just don't have them turned at the moment. You do have 2 normal full seat belts here, and they are Isofix seats. Okay, so that's absolutely no problem. But where this van differs is here. So this was an optional extra. This is a fold-out single bed. I've never actually, this is the first time I've had this van with that option in it. It's a bit unusual. It would be great for kids, stuff like that. But would I use it? Maybe not. Now, it wouldn't be a whole heap of work to take this out. This is removable, so then you could use that area as storage. You have options with it, because what it does is this bed folds out and clips on just here underneath the TV. Okay, so you have it's a nice option to have. I think it's a little bit overkill for the size of the van, but as I said, it's an option. If you want to have it, it's there. If you don't, you can take it out. Okay. Now let me move back around to the door again. At the door, we have obviously built-in fly screen, and I'm actually going to close the door over. They've even supplied all the nice little extras, if you can see that. There's a little factory Weinsberg bag. Okay, so now let me come back around here. Now, I alluded to this a little bit earlier on. There's the factory fitted Oyster TV and satellite system. Absolute ball of money if you want to go out and buy this, but it was factory fitted. They all came with it. So you can imagine how much this van was new. Really nice to have, really big telly, top of the range stuff. But it's a lovely space in here. You can probably see, I'll open this up actually. It's so light and airy, because you've skylights here. As I said, if you took out the bed here, you would have even more light coming in, but it's it's a lovely place to be. It's finished so well in this. It's half cloth, half faux leather. As I said, I've had quite a few of these, and they're such a lovely van, and they sold really well. For someone who wants, for one person or two people, or as I said, the occasional third person, just briefly before I forget, you can actually make, if you get another cushion made up, this will make into a fourth bed. So that's what I was on about earlier on. This will sleep four. Would I go off for four people for, 2 or 3 weeks around France now? Probably a little bit tight, but some people are happy to do that. So, you have options. Gonna pause again one more time, and then I'm going to take you up to the front seat. Now, here we are up the front. What can I say? It's unusual to get vans and motorhomes built on Volkswagens. They're always done on, to be honest, they're always that bit more expensive. I've had, as I said, this is the third one of these I've had. And why I really like them is they do not drive like a motorhome. You have fully automatic Volkswagen gearbox. It's got adaptive cruise control, which is ridiculous. And it's 150 brake horsepower, I think. It will boogie on down the road. It really is nice. You sometimes have to catch yourself on and you forget you're driving a camper. The reversing camera works in through the screen there. And obviously that's Android Auto. You can probably see it there, and Apple CarPlay. Really nice. Must have nowadays, Most things have it. But the real clever part of this van is its size. This will go into a standard car parking spot. It's really short. It's not particularly much wider than the van. And I've had them in single car parking spots. And that's where the Bulli, as I said earlier on, that's where the Bulli name comes from. It's designed to be small. So yes, you can go away, you can use it. But if you need to pop down to the shops, you're not going to be worried about, I'll never get the camper in the car park. No, it's not that type of vehicle. It's brilliant. So that's why it's a multi-use vehicle. I'm going to pause again one more time, and then we'll wrap it up outside. Now, there you go. That concludes the video. Just to summarize again, it's a Weinsberg. I call them a Weinsberg Bulli, but it's a 500 MQ. As I said, it's built on the Volkswagen Transporter. It's a normal car license, left-hand drive, and it's got less than 5,000 kilometers on it. One owner. It's in stunning condition. It's like brand new condition. Another little thing I neglected to mention, it actually comes in this two-tone colour, which is really nice. It's sort of a beige cream on the bottom, and then the white matches the van at the back. Again, it's just something a little bit different. It's not a completely white van. That's pretty much it. As I said, I've had a couple of these before. A little bit different with the extra bed inside. The shower, I still get a laugh out of. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's such a clever idea. If you want to pop along and have a look, please give us a call in the garage, 085 810 9930. I always do forget to mention this, and I remember it at the end. Google Maps says we're open Monday to Friday. We're not. If you want to come and see this on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, if I'm available, or even in the evenings, if I'm available, no problem. Just give us a call. Last thing, if you like this video, perhaps you might think of giving us a like, or maybe even subscribing to the channel. Reason being, if we get new videos in, the first place we put them is up to YouTube. So if this isn't the van you're looking for and you want to keep an eye on what we're coming in and going out, you'll get notified off YouTube. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, give us a call in the garage, 085 810 9930. Thanks.